Another thing one has to know that Sahaja Yoga is of course for his benevolence, for your goodness. But you must all individually also work it out that uh, you study Sahaja Yoga in a way. Like I've seen that people tell me that mother on such and such tape you said such a thing. So what does that mean? I was very happy because he's seen the tape, he's read it, again and again he tried to find out the meaning, he couldn't find it. Then he asked me. So I was very happy about it that it's such an interest he has and he wants to know about these deeper things. So the inquiry, you see, becomes deeper and deeper. And as the inquiry becomes deeper and deeper, we are amazed at the knowledge that we did not know of the unknown, and that we are amazed also that this knowledge acts, works. It's not only knowledge in the university like, but it is actually it acts. So if you have the knowledge, the other day somebody told me that his child got very high temperature and he didn't know what to do and then he got into convulsions. I said that means you have not attended centers properly or you have not found out what can be done. In most of the tapes, whatever I have said can be, found out what is said about health, what is said about children, because I spontaneously say things. And if you can sort it out, you will know so many things. I mean, if you sit down as a study of these tapes, it will help you to find out so many little things which are very important for life. Like today I saw a child who was crying all the time, and so when I saw the child, I found the head was all burning, it was hot. So of course mine is cool hand, but you can do the same. I took out a little cold water and put it on his head and cooled him down and tried to blow a little cool air on his head. It stopped. So all these little things about children, I hope I'll be able to write. But you also should find out from my tapes and otherwise what these small things we should do for children. Because every time we need not go to the doctors. We need not have a doctors at all. And there was an Indian lady sitting, she said that they don't know all these Indian things, little things we know in India. Well, it is coming as an heritage. And as soon as a lady conceives, you see, she has to know all about it. So she knows about children, what is to be done, and the mother is there, or the mother-in-law is there, and they all the time tell, now do this, now do that. And that's how they have the knowledge. So she said that they go to the doctor, while we don't do. We do all Indian treatment, little here and there. So all these things are to be understood, but you cannot get a kind of a book on it. So far, they have not been able to do it. But all those who find say something about it. So you can classify it. You can note it down that this is mother said about this thing or this she has said about this thing. It will be very good for us to sort it out this way because everybody is trying, but I think you people can do it very easily. Sitting down because you have so much equipment here that you can find out what point you think is something that is to be noted down in a different heading. So you can put different headings and you can jot it down. This is what she said. Then also you will find the reflection of it in some other books somewhere else. This can be worked out. English did a lot of research on this, I think, and the maximum was done in Australia. So we have lots of prophecies and all that. But so far I haven't got anything from Germany or from Austria because I think they were great poets here. We had Goethe, we had Dante. Also, though Dante wrote it in Italian language, but I think in Germany it's available, German language, quite a lot. So, I mean, all such big people who wrote so many things, you can take out from there if there's any indication. And so sort of a study of Sahaja Yoga should be there. And that impresses normally people in the West very much, like they are learned, you see, they know the subject. Also, Indian scriptures, as if it is available, we can have a library here for you. We can get some nice books from which you can read and find out what is written about divinity, what is written about the kingdom of God. All such books could be put here and people should borrow them from the library and see for themselves and sort out the knowledge part of it, so that when it comes to that, each one of you can speak. Because if you have to be the guru, then first thing you must have the capacity to speak and to give knowledge. If you don't have knowledge in your brains, even if you are in your heart, in these modern times you can't work it out. You have to give them through your brains. You have to tell them, this is it, this is it, this is it. And people are very curious. Not only that, but sometimes skeptical, sometimes critical, criticizing. So we have to be prepared, and that kind of personality we should have. But that doesn't mean that you go mental, not at all. It means that with your heart expanded, you feel that if you have to communicate, we have to know it in a more detailed way, in a more precise way, and in a confident manner. Now, also there are certain misconceptions that mother said so, mother said so. Whatever is not on the tape, you should not listen to. Whatever is on the tape is authentic. But of course, I was saying that I should be taped all the time, and I've got something now, machinery for that. But it doesn't happen that way. I was thinking if I can get a suitcase or a purse with a thing attached so that whenever I talk, it can just... So everything could be recorded. But whatever it is, whatever is recorded already should be accepted. And if somebody says, mother has said so, mother has said so, then it should be first of all found out if it is so or not. Otherwise, it won't work. So, one side of Guru Tattva I told you, that you have to be creative, that you have to be loving like mother, but another side of it is that you should be knowledgeable. You should be really knowledgeable. And knowledge is within you. You see, if you start just thinking about something, logically you can reach lots of conclusions. So, one has to logically also, you put your just attention, you'll get ideas. Just put attention, why this? You'll get ideas. But your attention should be pure, otherwise it won't. Your attention should be pure, and you should just put attention and you'll get ideas after ideas. Because knowledge is all in your brain, already built in. So it's not difficult to get ideas. As long as you want to know, you will know it. The other day I saw a thesis written by Sajogi, though he was taken out by his parents and he had suffered from Rajneesh. And then he came to us and all that. It's a beautiful thesis he has written. What is the symbol of all kinds of auras we see around Mother Mary? Now, if such a thing is available, now you tally it with the auras that you see or you have seen with the photographs. There are many which won't be there, of course, because there are auras, there are all kinds of movements of lines, there are Om written, then sometimes you find sort of a light coming from somewhere. I mean, it's endless. But somebody can sit down and write down how many types of things, of lights we have seen with Mother. Now, you can find the symbolism in some books like that. So what I'm saying now on a research, whatever I have said can be researched and found out. Like there was, I told about carbon, and they found out about carbon, what I said. Once I told about these souls we see in the air hanging, dead souls. So there's a doctor. I told him that the soul is within us, placed in front of us, and in the front of the chakras, and it feeds, you see, all these chakras, our soul, like that. And this soul actually is the Brahmanadi within us, you see, which is continuous. Inside is the Brahmanadi, and outside it goes like that, and is reflected in our every cell. Outside, when you are realized souls, you can see them hanging in the air. You can also see, I can now see lots of these vibrations, as chuck, chuck, chuck like that, which are like little commas, if you can study. But if you can just bring down your eyes a little, then you can see those souls that I'm talking about also. Now they have discovered under microscope that there are loops of the same kind in every cell on the receptor. If they can go further, they'll find a person who is sick, who mentally sick, who in his cell an element called dopamine is secreted. They'll find out that those loops are doubled. Because when there's a badha, that comes on the backside, some other soul, and feeds on our awareness. Because the awareness is connected with our soul. And that's how, what happens, that we get out of control or disoriented from ourselves. When there is a badha, or you become schizophrenic, or say you become mad. So all these things, whatever I have said, it can be verified, can be found out. Not that you are doubting them, but you are supporting them. So that would be a very constructive way of looking at things and working it out. There are so many things one can discover, even in architecture you can discover in so many other things, that the mundane style or the every day-to-day style of things that we have has got many dimensions which we can enter into and find out the solution. So this one is the continuation of the Guru Puja only, just telling you how to improve our knowledge and to be able to give it to others. Because we should not sound some sort of slaves of Mataji, but should be very knowledgeable people. May God bless you.